Well, seeing as I've basically just been walking back and forth to this empty house for 4 hours, losing my mind. Seeing as now every day I just don't get the dread waking up and go to a job I hate. I get the dread coming home to an empty house. I don't know, ever since Patty died, I can't get out of my mind what my uncle did to me. And how he got away with it, and how I've just been written off completely. And I cannot find it. I thought I had it printed off. I thought I had it right here. Man, I was in such a good mood 2 weeks ago. We're gonna get this overpriced piece of shit house all fixed up. Eventually put a fence up. There's plans to put a fence up. Make her a dog house. Maybe even dig a pond down the line, you know. In my mind, there's still 5 or 7 years for us together. But she just decided to drop dead while I was at Home Depot buying her the sprinkler to play in. So now I get to come home to dead silence. I'm already underwater for this mortgage too. And I only bought this place for her to have a backyard. And she didn't even get to use it for more than 7 months. I thought I had it printed out right, and I keep a copy of it because I can't believe my uncle did this to me. I don't know where I put it. I thought I had it right there. Where did I put it? I guess this is all I got now. I can't come home to talk to my girl anymore. She decided to leave me at the ripe old age of 4. At Home Depot buying her a sprinkler to play in. Didn't bring her with me because I can't fit her and the wood I was buying in the car at the same time. The one time I don't bring her shopping with me, she crawls into a dark corner and dies. While I'm out walking up and down the lumber aisle at Home Depot getting frustrated because I don't know what my roommate sent me looking for. And he's out in his car smoking his pot vape or whatever the hell he's always coughing on out there. Meanwhile, my girl is in the fucking... She's crawling into a dark corner and dying while both of us are out fucking around. In a bubbly, happy mood for first time in forever. Where the hell did I put that goddamn box? I swear to God, the amount of times I've had police who stalk me and taunt me and harass me, come after me and wag their finger and tout their supposed morality. And the amount of times I've been treated like subhuman trash by a boss, I guess. Where is that goddamn box? God damn it. I'm so fucking sick of this life. All that talk, Jonathan, about how you have nothing to do with the smear campaign, how you have nothing against me and all that shit. Folks, what I'm looking for is a police report from when my uncle, Jonathan Warden, a Maumee police captain, basically conspired with the Bowling Green Police Division to basically mock up a police report against me that vilified me. And I know, Jonathan, you are piggybacking off of all the bullshit the Bowling Green Police had to say about me. You're probably piggybacking off of what Rocky Cavins did to me. I swear to God, the amount of times I've had some balding, two-faced sociopath pull the Uno reverse on me and get me labeled for what they were doing to me. Long story short, folks, Rocky Cavins, well, if he actually kind of brushed past me in public a month or so ago. Motherfucker smirked at me, just like he smirked in the courtroom, where he was coming after me, labeling me a stalker and also trying to destroy me for defamation. Jackass sent the cops to my apartment like 10 hours after I made a Facebook post and a Google review, basically spilling the beans on the kind of person he was. Long story short, he encouraged me to drop Patty off at the dog pound so I'd be more available to him as an employee. And after the dust settled for that fiasco, he walked away smirking and acting like he was a poor little innocent victim after he was mean mugging me and following me out into the FedEx parking lot, getting in my face and threatening me. He was a poor innocent victim. Now, all the police just bought it up because they already had it out for me. They know it's bullshit, but after I told them to go fuck themselves, when they started harassing me when I was homeless, it just started a never-ending cycle of them seeking retribution towards me because I didn't give them the proper amount of respect. Just a month and a half ago, me and the dog were in the Walmart parking lot in Bowling Green, and they always know when to come loiter around me and taunt me because gigantic black dog sticking her head out the window. You can see me coming from a mile away. But I went to town about a week or two ago. No one harassed me. Because without my girl with me, I'm a bit hard to pinpoint, I guess. I thought I had it printed out. I don't know where the hell I put it. Is this it? Where did I put that? Did I? Where the hell did I put the damn thing? I don't know why I even keep a copy of it. My life's such a fucking nightmare. All this started out because I just turned out to be such a fucking loser. My mom didn't see a use for me anymore because she wasn't getting the child support anymore. She really wanted to turn my bedroom into her home office. So she basically just made me out to be this violent psychopath. The same woman who was always leaning into the frame and smiling whenever things are going well. But once I turned out to be the fuck up I am, all of a sudden I was this violent thing that had to be ostracized from all family events, and it just snowballed and snowballed to where my own siblings were encouraging me to commit suicide and smirking and smiling while I did it. One of them even physically assaulted me while doing it. That one still got invited to family gatherings at Jonathan's. He sits across from his sister, my mother, who had threatened to use a shotgun on me and chased me out of the house by threatening violence by proxy through the Wood County Sheriff. Randy Nelson, the man she baby trapped, the second Randy, he gets on Facebook and dog whistles and mocks my suicidal ideation. Taunts me how I'm alone and don't get invited to the family and whatnot. It's dog whistling. He does it in a way that way I know he's taunting and mocking me, but no one else will see it. This is kind of how dog whistling works. He's so proud of himself. Always sneering in his selfies and in all his other posts. He put bruises on Amanda's arm, but he still gets invited to family gatherings. Where's that damn paper? I don't even have any of this. I swear to God. I guess this is what we're back to now. Me talking to myself and talking to people who are going to be laughing at me on YouTube. I'm so fucking alone. This is all I got. Oh, and Jonathan, you and I both know you're full of shit. Might as well say that while I'm tearing my room apart looking for that damn paper. It's been common knowledge for quite some time how you still answer the phone when my father calls you. And some of the wild shit that comes out of his mouth, it's all the evidence I need to know that you're so full of shit and that your only goal was to just alienate me from the family forever with your bullshit police report. You knew I was going to come over to try to face you once and for all for how you ostracized me for years. And just gaslit the hell out of me and talked in circles and just danced and avoided accountability. You knew I was going to be coming, so you concocted this little idea. You know what? I'm going to make it seem like he's here to harm my kids. Funny, Jonathan, you didn't take it to court and you didn't show off any video footage to anyone. But you and the Bowling Green police sure made sure to use vocabulary in your police report that your daughter was crying and this, that, and the other. But it's funny how you never added much else to it. No follow-up, no nothing. Because you completed your mission. Alienate your family scapegoat, isolated, alienated, suicidal nephew. That was the only goal. Where's that goddamn paper? Did I throw it out? I probably threw it out because I got sick of... I know. Hey, this will put a smile on your face, Jonathan. I basically just about caused 2 accidents at work after you did that shit to me. You can't even conceptualize the living hell I live because of you, Jonathan. You are such an evil, twisted piece of shit. All your talk about how much you cared and how much you helped. Just because you threatened to arrest me one time to force me into 2 weeks where I'm not with family and friends feeling apologetic for the way they were treating me. No, I'm surrounded by people foaming at the mouth, people who are in there for manslaughter, all kinds of crazy shit. It didn't help. It just taught me how to shut up and behave myself, which is why you all sent me there. Christy went right back to denigrating me, treating me like shit, and pointing out what a failure and disappointment of a son I was. She started doing that shit just 2 weeks after I got out. Where's that goddamn paper? I know why I'm so fucking riled up today. Ever since Patty died, all the targeted ads I'm getting, I swear to God, they just won't let up. I'm just trying to drown out the dead silence in my house with watching YouTube, and it's just nothing but fucking Rover ad, Phi collar ad, Farmer's dog ad, Chewy ad, all the bullshit I bought for her that I already have that just sits around collecting dust now. I swear to God, it's like the fucking universe is just trying to egg me on to just off of myself. Fucking assholes at work. Well, it's been a day since your dog died. You should be all good to go now, right? We're getting sick and tired of you being so depressed. Where the hell is that fucking paper? Did I even keep it? Nothing around here is ever organized, is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I think I found it. You knew your nephew was going to come and try to hash it out with you once and for all. So you decided to get one over on him and alienate him forever, because you're such a paragon of virtue, Jonathan Warden, captain of the Maumee Police Division. Is this all of it, or if I have 2 copies of it? My life is such a fucking nightmare. All started because I just turned out to be the loser I was. My mom wanted me out of the house. This is what I get for being a loser, I guess. It all comes down to that. It all stems from me just being a loser. That's why you, Jonathan, and the rest of the family felt so emboldened to treat me the way you have. By the Bowling Green Police, even though they think they know what the situation is. They know the way they've been going around stalking me and harassing me and taunting me. Yeah, you know what, Jonathan? If I find out my dog had a heart condition, I swear to motherfucking Christ, the next time your goons in the Bowling Green Police Division come around taunting me in Bowling Green, I'm going to be everything you said I was. The amount of times I had those fuckers just dancing around my porch, my apartment, walking, sneering, looking in, fidgeting with their holsters to intimidate and threaten me, and you mark me as a violent stalker. Fuck you, you piece of shit. And fuck you. I don't care about doxing. Evil shit you did to me. There it is, folks. Yeah, I'm the violent stalker of the Warden Hatton family. Oh boy, were the fucking Bowling Green Police just grinning that day when they rolled up on me as I was walking back to the truck. On 10/13/23 at 7:43, I responded to a 34 Ranch Court on a criminal trespass call. Upon arrival, I found Ryan Hatton standing in the street recording the front of the house. At 34 Ranch Court, I approached Hatton in the street and he asked him what was going on. Hatton seemed quite upset or angry over family issues involving his uncle who lived at that address, Jonathan Warden. I was told Hatton was asked not to come to the property anymore and was possibly suicidal. Oh, they find that so funny. Hey, what happened to that Scotty Cleaver guy? The officer who showed up at my doorstep like the day after I flipped off that one officer and he turned around to follow me on my run. Yeah? You jackasses showed up my after, sneering and grinning. That was the first time he came up to threaten and intimidate me. Yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up, folks, it popped up in my feed that jackass is now retired and in charge of some mental health outlook group or some shit. The amount of that two-faced asshole. I swear to God, the virtue signaling. It's. What do you think happened, folks? This asshole who I was flipping off. See, after being them returning to the Woodland Mall parking lot for months, over and over and over again, to basically just ruin my night as retaliation for the first time I told them to stop ruining my night. I went over the road, came and I'm living in my car. No one cares about me. I might as well live in my car and get paid to live in my car. which wasn't a smart move. I hate my life. I hate trucking. Come back a year later. Jackass is scoping out the apartment complex of the apartment I just got. My first ever apartment. Didn't think anything of it. Whoop, whoop. The moment I leave the apartment, Jackass pulls me over for expired tags. What do you think happened, folks? A, it was retaliation, retribution. B, the fucker was looking for an easy mark. Or C, all the above. So yeah, I caught on to what he was doing to me that day. I flipped him off. When I was out on a run, he turned around, taunted me. I tried to get my shitty phone out from my sweaty ass pocket to record him. Little bitch drove away, ran off. A day or two later, him and his Scott Kleiber superior show up at my doorstep in a very mocking tone. We just want to make sure you're okay. We're here for a mental, like they mock my mental health so much. Yeah, I got sisters who encourage me to commit suicide, some who assault me, some who have stolen from me, a mother who has threatened to use a shotgun on me, has not once, ever since she drove me out of the house, called me up and apologized, asked me how I was doing. I spent every year alone. My uncle, despite all the bullshit he spews out of his mouth, has never once reached out to me and asked me how I was doing. He will always twist the narrative to make it seem like I was avoiding them and the family, when really he was ostracizing me. That's why he did this. That's why he did this. To make me disappear forever. And I'm going to put it out there because fuck you, Jonathan. If I finally just can't take it anymore and I finally just, punch my ticket, I'm going to make sure the damn whole world knows that you're responsible. All the virtue singing you did and gaslighting me. All that lecturing about me having the victimhood mentality when I've been ostracized from the family since 2015. And all you ever did was try to twist the narrative as how I hurt you. Yes, my reactions to how you treated me hurt you. You fucking two-faced hypocrite. Was not to come to the property anymore and was possibly suicide. I asked Hatton if that was true, and Hatton stated he's choosing not to answer those questions. I offered Hatton help. The Bowling Green police are gonna just have a heyday going on about how they tried to help me and so on and so forth. Yeah, these two-faced sociopaths like to mask their attempts to intimidate and harass me as their attempts to help me. These motherfuckers stalked me at work relentlessly after this incident here on the paper. I got fucking video of it. Every time they see me out in public, they loiter around me. Oh. I made sure never to go outside without my phone ever again. I swear to Christ that one jackass did a U-turn 5 times just to happen to drive past me, the one guy out walking his dog at midnight. And they're loving this, I'm sure. I'm sure they're loving the fact they bullied someone into suicide. I got no friends, no family. The economy sucks. I could never get ahead in life. My uncle makes up this bullshit report to alienate me forever. But yeah, I'm the one with a mental health issue. It's not that my life just fucking sucks. It must be that I am somehow inherently flawed. I don't got a fucking sneer and goatee jackass going on Facebook and mocking my isolation and estrangement from the family. I don't have that. I have a mental health problem. Oh, let's go escape go. And what? To answer this question, I offered him help multiple times. And he would not accept that help as he was more focused on recording me himself on his phone. Yeah. I wonder why I would want to record myself. Patrolman Davis and Sergeant Lowry arrived. Hatton advised me of numerous family issues he has dealt with for many years and was upset about Warden being part of it. I advised Hatton I understood his frustration. Yeah, they are all smirking and sneering. But he is being trespassed from the property, and if he comes back, he will be arrested or at least charged. People just love to trespass me, like everywhere. Hey, a little shout out to Jamestown Transit Corporation. 2 months before, he called up the Bowling Green Police Division to have me removed from the truck. I told them how they were stalking at me at work, which is probably why 45 minutes after me and him had a heated argument about how I was receiving unfair pay and treatment compared to my coworker who was doing a fifth of the work. Hey, I learned that there was an old boys club at the company. I didn't take it too well. Made the mistake of trying to argue my case rather than just sucking it up and taking it. The last thing I said to James Thompson at Bulk Transit was basically, had an accidental outburst of honesty. Like, you know what? You guys pay me so shitty. I have so little hope for the future. Sometimes I just contemplate punching I contemplate not being here as an alternative to working for you or working at all. Because my prospects are so fucking bleak and hopeless. His response to that was to bring the Bowling Green Police Division so they could all smirk while I threw all my stuff out of the truck. Well, Alex smirked too. They all smirked. Just see, they tell you to open up about how much you're struggling in life, how you like. They tell you, people will say, speak out, reach out, go for help. But when push comes to shove, they will just label you as something deranged and unhinged just so they can feel better about their choice to abandon you. No one actually wants to give a shit. I spoke to him. So the whole family's been dealing with Hatton's mental issues for many years. Yeah, but the first few years where I just got ostracized and nothing happened, and then the loneliness ate away at me. And Warden helped get Hatton pink slipped papers years ago, hoping it would help him get better. No, he threatened to arrest me if I didn't willingly go. Won't let it go and dwells on things endlessly. Warden said Hatton had increased harassing family members again, and yesterday Warden's sister, Hatton's mother, contacted him. Warden said his sister's husband found a voicemail on his phone from Tano he didn't even know he had from Hatton, threatening to beat his stepfather and Warden up before killing himself. I asked Warden to provide me the voicemail if possible. I'll add it to electronic records file. Yeah, Jonathan, you answer the phone when my dad calls you, and we both know the shit that comes out of my dad's mouth. You're just latching on to anything you can to make me unhinged and violent. So you can feel, or at least appear, justified in your decision to do what you did to me. You ostracized me because my mother started the whole smear campaign against me, and you never wanted to be accountable for it. You're a piece of shit who doesn't help your own fucking family. When they're, you know what? Why am I even trying to appeal to your better nature? You don't have one when it comes to me. Warden said Hatton contacted him last night by coming to his house. Warden showed me surveillance camera video of Hatton on his porch, and he told Hatton to go away. No, he didn't. There was no contact. I knocked on the door. No one answered. You fucking liar. I was about to walk away and give up the second time I tried to get your ass to come out and talk to me, Jonathan. But halfway through me leaving my recording in your surveillance camera, you interrupted me by saying how your daughter was crying. And then fully admitted it was because of things you told her, not because of me. It's why you didn't use the video. It's why you didn't take it to court. It's why you didn't use any footage. It's why you rely solely on this to ruin me forever. I got no one in my corner, Jonathan. You were supposed to be the one in my corner. Your family. But you did this shit to me. And you call me unhinged and you call me mentally ill. I never encouraged one of my own siblings to commit suicide. You still invite them to family gatherings, Jonathan. You have no morality. You two-faced piece of shit. show me surveillance. Yeah, I got surveillance video too of the Bowling Green police stalking me for years, Jonathan. And they ramped it up big time after you did this stunt. And I'm sure you're so pleased with yourself because of all the times I spoke ill of police. Well, you know what, Jonathan? You're kind of proving my point with what you did here. You're a dirty cop. All the times I needed somewhere to go on Thanksgiving and Christmas, all the bullshit, how you vilified me and how I chose to stand there alone and not interact with people at my grandfather's funeral when it was you and everyone else who avoided me. Always masking your apathy and malice with this supposed virtue you have. You don't have any virtue. Warden said Hatton contacted him last night by coming to his house. He told Hatton to go. You didn't know. Warden has 2 small children and said he's starting to get nervous with Hatton. No, you're not. Not one cell in your body believe I would hurt my cousins who I never met, Jonathan. Yeah, folks. You know, I know what a fucking hellscape nightmare my life is after my uncle conspired with the fucking police force to basically alienate me forever. My cousin Benjamin just skips past me at Walmart like 2 weeks later. Didn't even know who I was, didn't even recognize me. But, you know, Jonathan's second ex-wife did, and she looked at me like I just grew a third eye or some shit. And they think this is all funny. They've been torturing me for years, and they think it's funny. They just keep it. They know all the buzzwords to agitate me. Oh, when they first started stalking me in the Woodland Mall parking lot, I must have heard the word suspicious, like I swear to God, 1,000,000 times, just for them to justify harassing me again and again and again. And they love this mental health shit. They love it. They love agitating me. They love just parking right next to me in the Walmart parking lot and just rifling through the back of their car. Oh, in this huge wide open parking lot, we just happened to do this right here. We're definitely not doing this to agitate you. Ha 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 ha, you know. Do it again, folks. I got nothing to live for. What kind of sheriff is fucking around my yard a week or 2 ago and then all of a sudden my dog drops dead? You want to talk about suspicious? You better hope those toxicology reports come back and show that I'm just an asshole owner who let his dog die. Because I swear to God, if it shows she was poisoned, well, Christina Nelson will no longer be a liar when she says her son's on a warpath. Starting to get nervous with Hatton's erratic behavior, so he decided to... Jonathan, you answer the phone and talk to my father, and you do it because you're trying to get me alienated from him. He says some crazy shit. Jonathan, I alluded to punching you and Randy, which you would deserve for the way you have treated me. Randy dog whistles and mocks his stepson's estrangement from the family, his isolation, and suicidal ideation. If that doesn't deserve getting punched in the face, what does, Jonathan? And you, Jonathan, you had complete apathy for me for years. And when I called you out on your two-faced nature and refusal to even hear me out, you did this evil shit. You conspired to alienate your own nephew. Lord knows what you got up to in your time as a beat cop. Lord knows how many fucking lives you ruined just because you had your ego bruised. I mean, what did you do this for, Jonathan? Just because I wasn't buddy with your buddies over in the Bowling Green Police Division? Or because I called you out when you turned a blind eye to all the evil shit Amanda did to me and Stephanie did to me, but yet you were so happily ready to vilify me? I like how you invite siblings of mine who have assaulted me. Your AO. She marked up my arm while trying to shove me downstairs in the apartment while screaming literally screaming in my ear how I should commit suicide because you, Jonathan, Christine, and the rest of the family would never invite me over, I would never see another family gathering, how you all would never care about me ever again. You're okay with that person being around you were okay with her being around your children at Christmas. So don't talk about you being afraid for your family's safety. You're just a conspiring, two-faced piece of shit. And yeah, I know exactly how this is gonna be interpreted. Oh, that guy's unhinged. He hasn't shaved in 2 weeks. He just comes home from his worthless job that I don't know why I still keep going. I have no will to live anymore. I don't know. I'm just going through the motions. Every day I come home, I gotta look out at that fucking 2-acre backyard and see nothing there. I gotta walk up to the steps to the back door. There's no pitter patter. There's no happy dance. There's nothing. It's just dead silence. One thing I had to get my head back on straight after getting my ass kicked all day. It's not there anymore. God must have seen me smiling one day 2 weeks ago and decided, no, we gotta fix that. We can't have him actually thinking he might have a future ahead. 4 years old. They told me Danes have a short lifespan. But I thought I covered all my bases. I kept her food elevated, her food bowl elevated. I fed her small meals throughout the day. They kept treating me like I was starving her, but she was a grazer. I found the best food I could find. It was a Saturday and Sunday morning tradition to go to the nearest nature walk and go for a walk. That's how last. I don't even know how many days it's been. Whatever Saturday the 4th fell on. It started out with us going to the nature walk, coming home, getting ready to fix up the house, just everyone in a good mood, just going in and out, in and out. She's walking around, just laying around the yard, doing dog stuff like usual. Leave for Home Depot, walk up and down the lumber aisle for 30, 45 minutes, whatever the hell, I don't know. Because I'm frustrated, I don't know what the hell I was looking for. Then I'm checking out, and my roommate calls and say he's freaking out. Patty's not breathing, she's not moving. My dumbass immediately assumes she ate something toxic and she's in some sort of catatonic state. Now I get to walk around my dead silent house knowing that if I had just told him to fucking do chest compressions and CPR while I sped home and do it in the backseat while I broke all the traffic laws getting her to the ER, she'd probably still be here. Don't know what the fuck happened. Walking around, normal. All the times I left her home alone for all day, just for her to scream and cry because she's all alone. Just for her to drop dead for the moment. The moment. I was buying a fucking sprinkler for her to play in while she was dying. Now, if that doesn't show that God has it out for me, I don't know what does. I don't even believe in the fucker, but I swear to God, he's got me talking to him a lot the past few weeks. I never talked to him before. I am not happy with that guy. Is this my punishment for always trying to get even with people who screw me over or do me wrong? Because every time I try to get back at people who do some evil shit to me, it always blows up. It always blows up in my face, like shit like this. One prime example, I try to get in his face once and for all for the way he's been treating me and ostracizing me and treating me like trash. And he does this to make sure I disappear forever. The paragon of virtue, the uncle who cares so much about his nephew and cared so much for his well-being. This motherfucker knows he will outlive his nephew, and he does not care.
Starting to get nervous with Hatton's erratic behavior, so he decided to send him a text message that said, "Despite me trying to help you over the years, also encouraging you to seek help." They really try to make him out to be the paragon of virtue in this report. They make sure to note how his daughter's crying and how he's tried to help me so often. He has not asked me how I've been doing ever since I got chased off the reservation. Not once. Jonathan, shut the fuck up. You don't care about my well-being. You just want me gone. What a messed up family. Despite me trying to help you over the years, no, you did not once. Also encourage you to seek help. You have recently made a threat of physical harm against me and also come to my house today uninvited. In the best interest of the safety of my children, you are no longer welcome at my house unless specially invited in writing. Translation: fuck off and die alone, nephew of mine. You went out of your way to vilify your own nephew. You're a special kind of piece of shit, Jonathan. And you know that isolation is just going to eat away. Jonathan, you know what you're doing to me is wrong. Jesus Christ, why do you assholes put people in solitary confinement? Because you know isolation drives people bonkers. You know it's inhumane. I advised Warden of the warning I gave to Hatton, and the Warden that he said he was what was wanted. Warden's daughter was crying, and Warden became upset, stating he has no idea what Hatton was playing, but he does know that Hatton won't stop. That's a pattern he maintains, just not letting things go. I also advised Warden an extra patrol will be set up as Hatton lives nearby and can obviously show up wherever he wants. Warden handed me the envelope Hatton was leaving in his door. I opened it up to find a portion of Hatton's last will and testament inside. I placed into records Patrolman, whatever the hell that name is. My uncle, Jonathan Warden, Maumee Police Captain, conspired with the Bowling Green Police Division to make me out to be this guy who was out to harm my cousins who I've never met, basically. And then the Bowling Green Police Division basically increased their stalking efforts tenfold. They were already doing it, kind of, but after this, they were more than happy to just taunt and harass and just terrorize me at work and at home. I'd wake up and Patty would be quivering and shrieking and leaving the trail of piss across the fucking park. Because those assholes were stalking me. And this is how my life's a nightmare. It's like my childhood never ended. I get bullied relentlessly as a kid. I'd snap, I fight back, and then the teachers would demonize me and vilify me, and I would be the problem. And that shit just never stopped. Every time I ever fought back in any sort of way, it always just blew up in my face. Jonathan, I can't even I can't even draw up a comparison, because if I say anything that comes out of my dad's mouth, I'm incriminating the guy. That guy says you're trying to make me out like you're actually worried about I would come and harm you kids, Jonathan. You answer the phone when my dad calls, and the stuff that comes out of his mouth. I alluded to punching you, which you deserve. For fuck's sake, Jonathan, how many times has Amanda been coy and been a coy little smartass and talked about how she wanted to track me down and punch me out? You didn't do shit about that, Jonathan. Same fucking thing. But you went and made me out to be Leatherface just so you could alienate me. Well, now I'm here spewing out, airing your dirty laundry out and mine, making an ass out of myself on the YouTubes. Hope it was all worth it. Jonathan,
The fucking nerve of you. He just won't let it go. My entire family disowned me, wrote me off, and then concocted this whole smear campaign to demonize me, to justify disowning me. And then you're going to be a coy little smartass and make me out to be unreasonable for being upset about that. Yeah, because what reasonable person wouldn't be fucking... The amount of times Jonathan, I try to face off with you once and for all, since you were going to be a coward and never address the family scapegoat in the room, or not in the room, I should say, never in the room, never invited. All your bullshit about how I need to seek help, Jonathan, while you were having Thanksgiving dinner right after my grandfather's funeral, where once again you did not invite me or even think of me, but you made sure to invite all the siblings who were going around spreading backbiting gossip about me. I was going to therapy. Guess what? We found out that, no, my life is just shit. You people are shitty. And no amount of paying a rent-a-friend to listen to my problems is going to get you to change your ways. So basically, I'm just fucked. Just getting so excited, building the new furniture, getting the house all fixed up, trying to just be happy about the future. Thought I had 5 or 7 more. I thought I had at least 5 or 7 more years before having to deal with this shit. I'm no longer rushing to get home to get back to my girl and let her out to walk. I'm just dragging my feet because I don't want to go home anymore. It's worth this piece of shit that I bought just for her, that I'm already underwater for in the mortgage. Jonathan, you're such a... The amount of times I've tried to call up and keep my composure and keep myself composed and rein myself in. Jonathan, we both know you were never going to answer that phone. You never cared about my well-being. You wrote me off a long time ago, and now you made this whole conspiracy up to justify it. So now I just get to go out the rest of my life shitting blood, having the tight chest pains. You know why I moved out of this shithole, Jonathan? Not just to give her a backyard, because I had this very bad dream where I was walking around town in a frantic state looking for her. You know, it was a dream where she got out and ran off and I was out chasing her, and I come across this collection of jackasses with badges and sneers on their faces, and they're all huddled around and they're all looking up, like down this thing, looking at me and smiling, and I walk up and it's Patty's body, because the jackasses took the opportunity of her running loose to shoot a vicious dog. It was right then and there, that kind of unease I always had living in that town. Alright, time to move. And all she got out of this place was 7 months. That's on you, Jonathan. You didn't do it yourself, but you did it through proxy. You stalked and harassed and terrorized your nephew to the point where he had to leave town. And every time I ever try to push back and basically give some of you assholes a taste of your own medicine, you actually think you're justified, and you in your twisted little pea brains, you guys actually think you're the good guys for all the times you tormented me. Hey, Bowling Green Police Division and Wood County Sheriff's Office, who likes to drive past the dog park and taunt me and, smirk at me while I'm out there, letting Patty play. My relationship with you guys is started in the Woodland Mall parking lot, with you guys returning time and time again
to harass a homeless guy who told you to leave him alone. That's how our relationship started, with you stalking and harassing. So fuck you and take your fucking supposed bullshit morality and shove it up your ass. You don't have any. You guys are just so happy stalking and harassment and basically just terrorizing me for years. You get to do this shit. Screw me over once and for all. Guy's got a fucking sixth sense of humor. Now, like a week after this shit happens, Benjamin walks past me at Walmart. Not a clue who I am. And then I get to walk back at my apartment all teary-eyed because Jonathan's second ex-wife looked at me like I was some sort of freak. And she'll never hear me out, too. I try to contact her. You guys, I don't think many people can conceptualize like the level of horror that comes with an existence like this. Like, this all stems from me just being a loser and just failing at life. My mom wanted to be gone, and then it just snowballed. She doesn't care about her own son. Jonathan, both you and her answer the phone when my dad calls, and I know part of the reason you do that because you're trying to fill his head with shit about me. Which, if you actually bothered to get that voicemail he left me, you see that it kind of worked. So, congratulations. I mean, it hasn't quite settled in. I mean, obviously he becomes a different person depending on how much alcohol's in his system. But some of the shit you said about me definitely took root in his brain. I mean, how do you think I kept finding this shit out, Jonathan? How do you think I find out about people going around saying evil shit about me? You and Christy have been filling my dad's head with bullshit. He calls me up. Do you know what they're saying about you? They're saying you're on a warpath. They say you're out to kill this and that. They're saying... Why do you think I text you out of nowhere and when I'm upset and... that whole novel-length email you sent me, Jonathan, about how you're sick and tired of hearing about this smear campaign, and then you go and do that bullshit police report. You're a dirty cop. Lord knows how many lives you ruined, purely out of spite. Jonathan, you didn't take it to court. You didn't take it any steps further. Your only goal was to make me disappear, make it impossible for me to ever invite myself to a family gathering. Every time I picture you, Amanda, and Christy, and everyone else, Randy, especially you, Randy, and Amanda, all I see is a sneering face of someone just so pleased with how much I'm suffering. Go ahead and lie. It's not you. All the times we bumped into each other in public and you gave me that absolute disdainful scowl. All your lecturing me about how I hurt my grandmother. Every time she saw me in public, she gave me this look like she absolutely detested me. How come it's never on the table how I've been hurt by all of you? How come that was never on the table? Huh, Jonathan? It's always how I hurt you in my reaction to how you people were treating me and treating me terribly. I got a knack for always losing battles. I should not be losing. A piece of shit boss tells me I should... I'm sure he'd be so happy to learn Patty passed away. The look he gave her when he first saw her in the truck, the absolute look of disdain. I'm sure he'd be smirking again just like he did a few months ago when he saw me in public. Piece of shit. He gets in my face, beating it, the alpha male psycho boomer boss, bravado. Getting in my face, threatening me. Then sends the cops to basically as an act of revenge for my online post about
how he treated me. Well, in the last company I got my ass fired from, I basically just, there was no pretense with that one. They kept just harassing me about taking this survey through email and through phone calls and text messages. They just kept harassing me, and then when a certain someone at the workplace started to single me out, which was clearly an act of retaliation for overhearing something that you shouldn't have been able to overhear. Now, I've tried to play the game by the roles of the people who are screwing me over. I try to be authentic. I've tried to be good. I've tried to be bad. I've tried everything. I've tried to be a free therapist to my dad and all his years of alcohol poisoning and social isolation that has completely wrecked his brain. I can feel myself slipping away too. I just can't focus, I'm always in a fog. It's almost like I'm just not getting the things that most people need to function, like, I don't know, a support group or, somewhere to go on Christmas Day. Jonathan, you're such a piece of shit. You can't even conceptualize this level of loneliness. And to avoid accountability for how poorly you treated your nephew, you make your nephew out to be this psycho killer just so you can finally get rid of him once and for all. And you do it knowing it'll be easy because your buddies over in the Bowling Green Police Division already have it out for the little shit, so they're happy to go along with your little conspiracy. Jonathan, I sincerely hope there's a day where your reputation as a human being and as a police captain is forever tarnished, just as badly as you and I have a way to tarnish mine to make me disappear. I spent too much of my life wishing and wishing and wishing for my family to love me or care about me or just reach out and say hi. I'm not holding on to that hope anymore. I think this Christmas season I'm going to go spend it with my dogs.